What's up YouTubers, it's Nick here and I have some amazing news to share. One is that I'm back in the United States. I'm glad to be back and it's been a while since I last posted, but if you guys have been following my journey, you know that I just came back from Thailand. I went there to ordain to become a Buddhist monk and the trip was amazing. I met so many amazing people and overall I have no complaints, but below I'll put a link, so make sure you guys check that out. Second news that I have is that I'm going to be moving. As you guys know, San Diego really is my home. This is where I grew up. My dance team is here. My company that I work for is here. My private practice is here. My friends, my family, my community, everything I know really is San Diego, and I'm gonna make that big shift. And this is the real big news, but I got a job offer to be working as a program therapist in Malibu. So I'm leaving and I'm gonna be working for a substance abuse program on the Malibu Hills. I can't disclose the name quite yet, but this for me is exciting. I'm also gonna be moving to live on a house in the Malibu Hills, and the fact that it's coming out of my mouth, it's crazy. I never thought that I would be saying this. The people that know me out there, you guys know I'm so low maintenance, I'm so simple, but this is an opportunity of a lifetime and I'm ready to go. The feelings that I have is that I'm nervous. I'm excited, terrified. I don't know, it's just a lot to process. A lot is happening kind of just real quick, so I haven't really thought too much of it, but you know what, it's gonna take me where it's gonna take me, and now it's gonna be on to a next chapter. One of the things that has been happening is people have been coming up to me and to congratulate me, like, hey, you know, you're moving, you got a good opportunity, congratulations. And one, thank you for that. But the second reason why I'm making this video is because people will tell me, Nick, you made it because 6 months ago you put out a video just like this and you put out your intention. You said you wanted to work with celebrities in Hollywood, and you also want to work with top CEOs in Silicon Valley. And then you put it out there into the universe and then it happened. But I need to correct that because I think people make the misconception or have this false view of The Secret, where they think that, oh, put out your intention into the universe and miraculously something will be taken care of for you. And for me, that's not accurate. I think that's a little bit misleading. That's a little bit naive and also like a wannabe spirituality, and you're not quite understanding it. So for me, the rest of this video, I just want to share with you how I got here and my top tips for success. Because yeah, I don't want you to have the impression that, oh, because of a video and you put your intention out into the world and it came. No, that's not what happened. And again, I don't want to mislead you, like, hey, you know, but let's keep it real. So here are my tips, and enjoy, and hopefully you guys can use some of these tips because they're practical and they're real based on my experience, and I'll share everything with you. Just do it. When it comes to pursuing your dream, you have to put in the work. I think a lot of people can make the mistake of putting their intentions out there without doing actual physical work. You have to bring it to life. For me, I have always wanted to be a public speaker, a trainer. So what I did for the past 8 years was, I'll give you my secret. I really contacted every single college, every single university in San Diego and also in Los Angeles, and I asked every single psychology 100, 200, 300, 400 masters, anything possible. And I would ask them, hey, do you want someone to come into your class and speak about therapy? How to become a therapist, how to do this kind of work, and I would do it for free. And for me, that was my opportunity to come in and develop my skills. So it wasn't to judge my work, it wasn't anything, but it really was, if you want to become a public speaker, you got to speak in front of people versus just having an intention of having a fantasy of how good it would feel once you reach your dreams. That's not it. You have to put it into work. So if you want to reach your dreams, again, do it. Whatever steps that needs to be taken, you have to do it. I know I develop curriculums for my company. I volunteered and I asked them from the topics of burnout, self-care, grief and loss, relationships, how to set boundaries, anything and everything that the agency needed, or I felt like I wanted to teach, I did it and I inserted myself. And again, you got to do the work. This opportunity gave me practice in developing my curriculum and learning my own voice. So again, if you want to reach your dream, do the work. So simple. You got to heal yourself. If you have a big dream, in order for you to move forward, you have to cut the past. Because when it comes to the past, it's too much weight. And when you have physical weight, when you have psychic weight, psychological weight, emotional weight, any of those things are going to slow you down. So make sure you take some time, heal yourself. That can be getting a spiritual director. That can be having a mentor. That's meeting with your therapist, journaling, doing whatever you have to do. But it's important that you explore who you are, delve into yourself and heal whatever wounds you have. If you have anger, jealousy, greed, that's got to go, and you got to do the work and to get that out of the way, because in order to pursue your dream, you need to come clean, you need to come whole, and you need to come light. If you have any kind of barriers, any kind of weight, any kind of hidden agenda, your dream is going to come falling down. So make sure to reach your dreams, heal yourself. Very important. You guys got to try everything. And when I mean everything, it's everything. I think what stops a lot of people from exploring, experimenting with new things is because the fear of judgment, also humiliation of what other people are going to think of you. When you don't have a sense of self, you're always going to worry about what other people think. And for me, I'll just share my own experience of I tried everything, because when you don't know yourself yet, you just have to be open. I tried a PhD program in Santa Barbara. I know I took the classes and I'm like, no, it's not me. People would have judged me of, hey, he started a PhD program and he didn't finish. I don't give a damn. But my spirit guided me to start this program, and I did. And it wasn't for me, and quickly I knew that, and I left. I started a PsyD program, another doctorate program at Augusty, and again, it didn't really fit because I didn't like research, and I left. I tried a private practice. I tried working because I'm in therapy, or because I'm a therapist. I worked with children and elderly and couples and families and individuals and groups, and I just did every single thing without judgment, because the important part is when you actually do experiment and try it and you're in the moment, when you're sitting there, you know what fits you. Your spirit and your gut intuition will tell you of, what you thought you wanted to do, no, it has no interest. There's no passion, nothing sparked. So that's your key of cut that out and keep moving forward. Every mistake that I found for me I didn't see it as a mistake, but I saw it as kind of like the Michelangelo, where it's trimming the fat, it's trimming the excess. Now I know who I am and what I want is because of all the things I know I don't want. And that is the key to beginning of pursuing your dreams. At least know what you don't want, so then you can strip it away. And then at the end, you're left with what you do want. So try that out. You gotta clean your foundation. It's like, the analogy I would use is like building a house. If you're gonna build a house on mud, yeah, it's gonna be beautiful, but it's gonna come crumbling down because it's not solid. Same thing with your dreams of, you gotta have good habits. And for me, good habits means, are you on time? Can you keep your word? Do you not make excuses? Do you keep a promise? Do you, all these things, you just have to clear it out. And foundation can be mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, but yet that grounding piece to become a whole person. Because when you're pursuing your dreams, what's at stake now is so high. You need to be grounded, and you need to have your center that can hold yourself, where whatever situation you go into now, you don't compromise who you are. So that is why it's so important. But take that time. If you're still stressing out, or time out. If you have this humongous dreams and you can't balance your checkbook, yeah, let's take care of that first. If you have, again, this ginormous dream and you can't even do your own laundry or pick up after yourself, call someone back because you made a promise you're going to call them back. Respond to emails because you're supposed to respond. You're not going to make it, man. So take some time, clean up your habits, and then you can feel ready and present when you're now in a new position. So make sure you get that foundation solid. You have to develop a spiritual practice, because for me, when it comes to reaching your dreams and sustaining it, you have to have clarity. I'll just share with you guys my spiritual practice. I make sure I meditate every day, at least 30 minutes. I do not skip it. I do my chanting every day. I do my wishes. I do my prayers, and this is something that I upkeep every single day, because for me, it's how you get clear. I think when you go to a higher level, and again, when you're pursuing your dreams, you're hit with so many different obstacles. If you wake up, you don't have that clarity, you're gonna act a fool. You're gonna make sloppy decisions, and again, it's gonna get you into trouble. Versus, take some time, connect with whatever God, spirituality, religion, whatever you wanna call it, get quiet and feel connected to it, because when now you're in new situations, because of the clarity, you can hear your intuition. You can hear the guidance, and you can hear the voice that will lead you to the next direction. So this is so key. If you don't have one, develop one. I know a lot of people, when it comes to spirituality, you only pray when someone in your family is dying. You only pray when you need that amazing job. You only pray when your health is on the line, and it's deeper than that. And for me, the daily practice and not missing it is key, because it's teaching you guys endurance. That's in the soul world, and you have to know that. If you have these big dreams, what it wants to know is, can you endure? Don't question me. But whether things are good, whether things are bad, take time to get quiet and still do what it takes to get centered. And it takes humility, and you have to be humble. That's why having a spiritual practice is key. And also, I feel like spiritual practice is key is because now your guide is your inside. I don't have the outside world guiding me. How much money I make does not guide me. Who is going to validate me and what they're going to say and all this praise, I could give two damns about it. I don't care. You're not going to guide me. Who I'm going to meet and network, no. That has no power over me. But when you have a solid spiritual practice, what guides me is my inner world. If I get a gut hit that says go this way, I go that way. I don't question it. If it says do this, yes, I do it. Not even a blink. And that's why it's so key to success. You got to accept your current situation. I know a lot of people, it's easy to dream big and you want things that are over there. But in order to get there, first thing, accept where you are. I work with a lot of therapists who are like, I want to be there. I can't wait to. But you just missed the whole point. Because in order to get there, you have to be here. You're here because you're here. You need the skills. You don't have it yet. That's why you're not there. You need to develop your language. You don't even know how to verbalize and say the language that is needed to get there. That's why you're here. You're here to fix insecurities, parts of yourself that are lacking, things that need developing. This is why you're here, and a lot of people aren't humble enough to see that. I've been with my agency for 8 years, and again, I kept seeing people leave, and who cares? That's none of my business. What I knew and what I understood and why I didn't really look for anything was because the right opportunity will show up. I've been with my agency for 8 years because I needed to get my skills. Whatever that was, it wasn't my business to figure out, but I knew just do your best in this situation, and you're there because you're there, and when it's time to make a move, everything will just move. The right job, the right people, the right events, it will just show up. Welcome to having faith. This is what we do. But to get to the next step, to pursue your dreams, whatever situation you're in, please honor it, because it's here to teach you something and to develop that foundation that we talked about. You got to do an honest assessment of yourself. To reach your dreams, wherever you are, again, the mistake that people make is they don't do an honest assessment. Everyone thinks they're freaking amazing. We spend so much time critiquing other people. We spend time pointing out people's flaws, and what's left, it's only us. And again, we put ourselves at the center of the universe, and it does you no good. It might feel good. You can sleep at night thinking you're somebody, but for me is if you want to achieve your dreams, for me I took 10 years to do an accurate reflection, brutal honesty. I'm freaking needy. Yeah, own that and say it, and then you can fix it. I'm insecure. I'm a little boy and should not be in a relationship. I'm don't have a sense of self. I don't have courage. I'm fearful. I'm jealous. I'm envy. I'm greedy. I'm manipulative. And this is what I do. I throw a tantrum to get my way. But you got to be honest. I'm manipulative, whatever that is. But do an honest assessment so you know how to improve yourself. If you want to reach those dreams, you have to know your blind sides. And to know your blind side, I think it really takes courage, because you really can, what Buddha says, is live in an illusion. Thinking is your world, and no. You're a mess, and you have to have courage to look at yourself. That's through getting feedback from other people. That's through meditation, going back to the spiritual practice. When you get quiet, then you can see your flaws and parts of yourself that needs to mature. So this is also another key. So try it out. You guys gotta be invincible and stop talking. I mentioned this time and time again, but for me to get to where I was, I took 10 years out. Where I was again, I was a little boy. I knew that I was lacking a lot of things, and I had to do my work quietly. I had to get my skills up quietly. I had to develop my foundation quietly. And the biggest mistake people make is, again, keep going back to this, social media and YouTube, and you want to tell your friends of, hey, guess what? I have this big dream. And you meet up for lunch and you spend hours talking about it. I want to write this book. I want to change this environment. I want to heal this blah, whatever that is. But when you do that, what happens is that you waste all the energy. You felt like you made it, and you get this high that you experience, and you're like, I reached my goals. That was amazing. I'm a superstar now and I'm famous. When in actuality, you didn't do anything. You wasted all the energy that you needed to put it into action, those little steps. So when it comes to actually doing, yeah, now you're making excuses. Now you're back on the couch and poor me, and you come up with more reasons. So that's why you're not reaching your dreams. But get quiet, be patient, and do your work. The world does not need to know it quite yet. Once you do the work and it's time and you have something to show, now you can show it to the world. But have some wisdom and know that you need to be quiet in order for you to reach that dream. Change your friends. The friends that you guys have right now, time out, sorry, I'm all attacking you guys, but for me, the friends that I had at the time were yes friends. These were the friends that will, sorry my language, but will kiss your ass. These are the friends when you're going down a wrong path and you're using unhealthy coping skills. They're like, do it, just drink, let's party. And they encourage you to gossip or get off track. And for me, what I've learned is in order for me to become successful, I had to get rid of all of them. Still love them. I still see them. I still see you guys. But what I needed to take me to that next level is I needed people to challenge me. I needed people who will tell me the truth about me, regardless if it's going to hurt my feelings, with the intention that they wanted me to grow and they have my best interest in mind. But someone to keep pushing me versus holding me down because they don't want the current situation to change. So assess your friends. When they say the top 5 people you surround yourself with is kind of who you are, that is pretty true. So look at your friends. If you're not pleased, then change. New environment. You can still love them, but in order to reach that dream, you have to surround yourself with people who will push you. You have to get a backbone. I don't know how else to say it, but get a backbone means knowing who you are. I think in our culture it's so easy to complain and to vent, and we criticize so easily. This person is not doing that. This person not doing that. This is not working. Why do they do that? And it's always about them, whoever them is. But for me is, again, it's easy to judge other people, but it's another thing to know who you are. What are your values? It's easy to criticize, but what do you stand for? That's more difficult. What do you stand for? What do you believe in? What are your boundaries? What are the core of who you are? And you have to develop a backbone. 1 is to know what those things are, and 2, do not compromise them. That's it. And that's what it means by having a backbone, where I don't care what situation it is, I'm not gonna sell out. For me is, you can offer me all the money in the world. If it's not what my spirit guides me to do, it doesn't fit with my values and what I stand for, bye. It is not worth anything. I cannot stand for that. But in order to make choices like that, you first gotta have a backbone, then you can stand up for it. But instead of judging things, take some time to explore what you believe in and have the courage, aka a backbone, to stick to it regardless of the outside situation. And then a final bonus tip of the day to reaching your dreams is really giving. A lot of people I meet are always wanting. I want this and I want that and the list just keeps going. But when I ask them, what do you give? Nothing. Once a year, what you donate to the Goodwill, that's your giving. But for me is, in order to receive or things to come to your life, you have to give. And the way I do that is through time or through resources. For me, I volunteer my time at the temple. I volunteer my time with my work. I volunteer my time to train people to do these YouTubes. I volunteer time. The second thing is I donate when I have my meditation. Every single day for the past, I don't know how many years, is I donate $1. I said this in other videos, but make it a habit where you give $1 every single day, and by the end of the year I have this much money, and then I donate it. For me, it's to the temple, but you can donate to whoever. But make it a practice, whether you want to feed your dog in the morning, take care of your parents, give something to someone, help them out, take some time to hang out with your niece, whatever that is. Time and resource, those are the things that you can give, and do that on a daily basis without, again, going on freaking Facebook and announcing how kind you are. Do it privately and develop that practice of giving. Make a donation, time or money, to whatever cause you have, but do it on a daily basis, whatever it is for you. If you can put away a penny a day, then put a penny a day. It doesn't matter. But again, it's the act of giving, and when you start doing that, everything will come and fall into place. But that's it. That's all I have. And let me know your thoughts, if you agree, if you have more to add. But please subscribe to my YouTube channel and feel free to share. And I hope these tips really help you. And